Today I'd like to talk to you about a topic that I'm an expert on, and that is posture, more specifically bad posture. This is something I've struggled with my entire life. In grade school, I remember that I was always taller than most of the kids my age, and so I was one of those back row kids on picture day, and sometimes felt kind of awkward that I was growing faster than the other kids, and so I would always kind of lean over to be at their level, and so I grew up with this perpetual, this is my posture look here. If I were to have an avatar of someone that represented my silhouette, my physique, it would probably be Shaggy from Scooby Doo. There are some other bad posture examples out there that I can relate to, but anyway, it's something I need to work on. There are a lot of reasons why we have poor posture. Some of us, we've got rounded shoulders, our necks are always down like this. We're working at a computer, so our lats and back are stretched like this all day. We've got tight chest, so we have muscle imbalances. We've got cell phones that we're constantly looking straight down like this on, so we've got this neck crank going on. And I'm surprised we haven't evolved more to a more extreme version of this. Give it a couple more generations and I'm sure we'll look like this. Most of my boys are over 6 feet tall, and sometimes I'll see them doing what I did as a kid, and I'll remind them, lift up your head, put your shoulders back, no need to slouch over like that. It'll stick with you in the long run if you do it. There are a lot of things that contribute to our posture. I'm sure there's a genetic factor, but also the way we sit, the position we sleep in, the type of exercise we do, our occupation or type of work we have. So there's lots of things that can impact the way our body looks. So there are things we can do if we don't like our posture. We can do stretches, we can do certain exercises to work on muscle imbalances to help equal that out, and we can change some lifestyle factors, things we're doing to make it better. So some of the muscle groups we think of most often when we talk about posture, the upper back, your lower back, hamstrings, hip flexors, maybe tight calves, our neck muscles. So here are a couple exercises you can do to help improve your posture. Okay, the first exercise is called chin tucks. This is not complicated, it's not very exciting, it's just a pretty simple exercise, but it's just having to do with bringing your neck back like this, your chin back. So many times when we're on our phones like this, have you ever been on your cell phone and you're watching a Marco Polo or something, then it finishes and it comes to you, and you see this person with like triple chins, depressing looking person, it's like, oh, I don't look like that. And so they do their selfies like this. And so we have that inclination when someone's taking pictures, we'll stick our heads out like a turtle taking its head out of its shell. But with this exercise, you want to do the opposite of that. We're trying to get these double chins that we're trying to avoid for pictures. And so just focus on bringing your chin back. But this is a more neutral position with your spine instead of having your head like this. So the first one, chin tucks. Those are an easy thing you can do anytime throughout the day. Another exercise you can do are face pulls, where you've had bands or tubing or resistance and you're pulling it like this. And as you do that, you're working on the scapular retraction for your upper back and shoulders. And so that way you won't have this rounded back if you have rounded shoulders like I do. So it helps you easier to keep your shoulders back in a more natural position throughout the day. One of the other stretches I really like is when you get a Swiss ball and you lie on it and then just roll yourself out where you're just turning your back the opposite direction. We spend so many hours in this hunched over, almost fetal position, when we're at a keyboard like this all day long. And so it's so nice to be able to go the opposite direction, stretch out those abdominal muscles on the front side. So that's one of my favorite ones, is to do that rolling, nice slow rolling on a Swiss ball to help get you stretched out. One of the challenges we have with posture is today we have so much technology and our jobs are so sedentary for most people. We're sitting at a desk or at a computer all day long, and that's not healthy for us. There's a lot of health concerns when you're sitting for an extended amount of time like that consistently. So one thing that a lot of people do is they'll take their workstation and elevate it so they can actually stand and work at a workstation. When you're sitting long amounts of time, that can be really rough on your body. Another thing you can do at work is if you've got a job where you're sitting or holding still for a long time, is every hour or so, just take a quick little break, stand up, do some stretches, stretch out your forearms, your fingers, roll your shoulders, move your neck around, anything just help loosen up. So many times we keep all that tension in the muscle and we don't realize it, and we're just doing this all day long, especially when we get stress in our life. So take some time throughout the day to stretch and relax. When we talk about posture, a lot of people think you've got to have extreme good posture, like you're in a military boot camp, you're in line in front of the drill sergeant. You don't have to go to any extreme like that, but I just tell people, pull your shoulders back, stand up tall, every so often. That'll make a big difference. One thing I've told clients for years for an ab exercise is just imagine when you're at the office walking around, just imagine you're in your swimsuit and just think how it would look different if you're all hunched over like this versus if you're trying to look good. So that'll help with just the way you carry yourself and your appearance. If you just imagine that you're just wearing your swimsuit to work and you want to look good. The truth of the matter is posture is one of those little things that can make a big difference over time, and it takes a lot of effort to create those good habits. It can also help you with just your appearance so you feel better, and also with avoid things like headache, neck pain, all kinds of things, lower back pain if you have better posture. So it is something you want to look into. Do some of these exercises, give them a shot and see how it works and see how you feel. Changing your posture isn't something that happens overnight when you make a decision, but you've got to put in some persistent effort to do stretches, exercises, just your awareness of how you're carrying your body. So it will take some time and some practice, but you will be feeling better if you do that. If you have any exercises or tricks that have helped you over the years with better posture, feel free to list them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you got to say.